This is HeKnowsFitness, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, y'all. Let me get right into it, man. A lot of people are getting caught up in Devin Haney. I don't like how Devin Haney is moving. And let me explain why. Before I get on to the video, make sure y'all subscribe to HeKnowsFitness. HeKnowsFitness, that second channel there, is bringing you guys quick and fast, effective workouts that's going to yield lasting results. Let me say it again. Make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and share. The link is in the description for HeKnowsFitness. That second channel is bringing you what? Quick, fast, and effective workouts that's going to yield lasting results. Anybody at any fitness level could do these workouts. They're going to bring up your heart rate, keep your immune system strong, and basically keep you healthy, especially during this social distancing time. Now let's get on to the video. I'm not sold on Devin Haney. Let me explain why I'm not sold on him. He basically left the full vernacular of Floyd Mayweather Sr. I can't get behind that, folks. I have a fundamental problem with that. Because Floyd Mayweather Sr., like chicken, had him extra crispy. Let me say it again. Floyd Mayweather, like chicken, had him extra crispy. A lot of people are caught up. Devin Haney works hard. Yes, he does. Devin Haney puts the work in the gym. Yes, he does. But right now, what's happening with him is what we call a mismanagement of his career. Because you don't leave the legacy of the Mayweathers that really brought you up and made you extra crispy like this good ass fried chicken, right? To go now and deal with your dad. I done said this before. Every father is not meant to be no fucking trainer. Let me say it again. Every father is not meant to be no fucking trainer. Bill Haney is not a trainer. It's okay if he could just be in his son's corner as an advisor or a manager. Kind of like how Errol Spence Sr. is to Errol the True Spence Jr. Let me say it again. Kind of like how Errol Spence Sr. is to Errol the True Spence Jr. Let me rewind that, because that needs to marinate in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum. Hear me and hear me well. Because what I said was so deep and profound. Every father cannot be a fucking trainer to their son. Just like Errol the True Spence Sr. to Errol the True Spence Jr. You know why? Because a father needs to know their limitations and know that, you know what? I can only get my son so far in terms of what I was able to teach him. Now let me leave it to a professional to do that. That takes strength, man. There is strength in surrender, man. Let me give you guys 5 godly principles, man. And this principle could apply to life, but it can also apply to women, and it could also apply to just everything in general. Let me give it to you guys. Avoidance, silence, surrender, active listening, and the 5th one, control. Why do I say these 5 principles? Well, what's one of the principles? Surrender. You want to know why? Because there's power in surrendering and knowing where your limitations lie. Bill Haney is not no freaking trainer. In the Alfredo Santiago fight, I don't know how many times I have to, lest y'all forget, lest I have to remind y'all asses. Let me see again. Lest y'all forget, lest I have to remind y'all asses. He told his son to fight like Roy Jones Jr. Y'all didn't catch that, dog. He told his son to fight like Roy Jones Jr. When has Devin Haney ever fundamentally fought like Roy Jones Jr.? These are 2 different fighters. They don't fight the same. If my dad, who's my trainer, if his best training advice, because at that time, Devin Haney was getting touched up by counters from Alfredo Santiago. He wasn't getting him out of there the way that he was supposed to. He wasn't looking as impressive in aspects of that fight. Because it seems like the boxing world just forgot his last fight was lackluster, man. It wasn't all that. Let me say it again. They act like his last fight was not lackluster. It wasn't all that. He struggled against Alfredo Santiago because Alfredo Santiago was figuring out that choppy overhand right. There's chinks in the armor as it pertains or relates to Devin Haney. And he didn't have those same chinks in the armor when he was under Floyd Mayweather Sr. I'm telling you guys this stuff, man, because I'm using what's called the true boxing eye test. And when you use the true boxing eye test, you have to tell truth. This is not me having hatred for Devin Haney. I actually like Devin Haney. I'm one of the guys that said that I had Shakur Stevenson 1A and him 1B. Not so much so. I got Shakur Stevenson clearly number 1, and I got Devin Haney number 2. Devin Haney is still high in my regards. But Devin Haney got exposed, man, in that fight. And he needs to run, not walk, run his ass back to Floyd Mayweather Sr. And if Bill Haney's excuse was, oh, Floyd Mayweather Sr. is stuttering. Floyd Mayweather Sr., he's not barking out the instructions fast enough. That's why you got Jeff Mayweather. Jeff Mayweather talks just fine. Jeff Mayweather understands his brother. Why can't he be the one barking out the orders? He's part of the Mayweather legacy. He's part of the Mayweather brand. Why can't he be the one to do that? You see what I'm talking about? There's no excuses here, man. Bill Haney should not be training his son. He's already managing his son. See, this is where we talk about having your cake and want to eat it too. Let me say it again. Having your cake and want to eat it too. There's a fundamental problem with that, folks. And if you guys are not calling this stuff out, calling a spade here, then y'all got issues. If y'all not seeing what's not making sense here, y'all got issues. Bill Haney is doing the same thing that Kenny Porter did to Sean Porter, but on more of an extreme variation. Because it's one thing to control your son and control how your son moves and control the dichotomy and the aspects of how everything goes and moves itself around. It's another thing to sit here and to overextend your limitations. That's what he's doing with Devin Haney. And I'm telling you guys this right now. If the climate continues on the way that it is, as the competition picks up, Devin Haney's only going to get more exposed. Y'all go back and do film study. Stop running y'all freaking mouths and getting so enamored and so impressed by Devin Haney. Because this is the problem. When people want to get behind somebody, they forget and they put the blinders on. Go back, do film study, and look at the fight against Alfredo Santiago. And when you guys do that, you will see what I'm talking about. You will see why I have my legitimate concerns as it pertains to Devin Haney. Orlando Salido, he exposed Vasily Lomachenko. But that Orlando Salido that fought Vasily Lomachenko, styles makes for fights. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, if Devin Haney was crispy like fried chicken when he was fighting under the tutelage of Floyd Mayweather Sr., yeah, he would definitely expose and blow out Orlando Salido. But I'm not going to sit here and think that that's the case now. I'm going to stop the presses, pump the brakes on the nonsense, and I'm going to sit there and tell everybody to go sit down somewhere, what? In higgity fucking hush. Because Orlando Salido is an awkward fighter. Awkward fighters are hard to deal with. Styles makes for fights. And Orlando Salido's awkwardness, with that Devin Haney that I saw against Alfredo Santiago, Salido will be landing some fucking awkward shots on him. Because that Devin Haney made himself predictable. So I'm trying to tell you guys, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, but I think I've said this number 3 for the number of confirmation. Go back and do the film study again, folks, on the Alfredo Santiago fight. And when you see what I saw in that fight, you will say, okay, there's legitimate concerns as it pertains to him. Teofimo Lopez has already been exposed. He's a super duper hype job. He does not have no real boxing skills. He gambles and he basically tries to beat you to the punch because he has power and he thinks he can just keep his hands down and expose you that way. Well, Devin Haney's issue is Devin Haney throws a choppy overhand right so much so that it becomes predictable to a counterpuncher. And if the counterpuncher is smart enough, he can start timing that shit. That's what Alfredo Santiago did. That wasn't happening when he was under Floyd Mayweather Sr. So if you guys go back and do the film study on that fight, you will understand why I have the legitimate concerns as it pertains to Bill Haney being his freaking trainer. Bill Haney's not qualified to be Devin Haney's trainer. And if no one's telling you this cold-hearted, unadulterated, cutthroat, true-teller fashion, then they're not being real with you. I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. I keeps the foot on the what? On the necks. This is HeKnowsFitness Sport. Checking out.